Hey everybody, I'm going to start doing some videos on bicycles, and I think and specifically bike maintenance. So I think it's appropriate that I start with, for the DIY person who likes to fix things and as well as don't want to spend a lot of money on a bike. I think I'll start with the purchase of a used bike. I don't think there really is a great need out there to buy brand new bikes, especially ones that cost over $500. I don't think there's any real need for the normal weekend bike rider who puts less than 2,000 miles on a bike a year. There really isn't a need for them to spend crazy money on a bike. You can get a good $400 bike or even a good $100 bike used. Check out some of the marketplaces like Marketplace on Facebook, even eBay. Just do a Google search on used bikes to buy. There's tons of them out there. So this is my recent purchase right here. It's a Columbia tandem bike. And I know most people aren't buying tandem bikes. However, I've been wanting a tandem bike for a while. And mainly so that my wife and I could truly ride together. So I'm going to go over what I did when I decided to buy this bike. So the first thing you want to look at is in the seat. If the seat is in good shape, which this one is and this one is. Handlebars, good shape. Frame, look at the welds on the frame. Make sure there aren't any cracked welds. Make sure all the parts are there. All the pedals are there. Shifters, brakes, everything's there. Then you want to look at the drivetrain. By the drivetrain, I'm talking about a derailleur, the rear cassette, the chain, the crank, in this case, the two cranks. What you want to look for there is you want to make sure that all the teeth are on the cassette and all the teeth are on the chain rings. And it's a good idea to check them and make sure they're working, which, as you can see, this one's in good working order. And then you want to make sure the shifter works. The cable, the derailleur, and this one works pretty nice. Obviously it needs to be cleaned up, and that'll be a subject for another video. But then on top of that, you want to check the wheels. Make sure that they're true. Make sure that they don't wobble, and that they don't wiggle. If you grab it back and forth like this, there's no wiggle in there. That means the bearings are good, and at least they're tight. Same with this, the crank. Wiggle the crank, and see this one's got a little bit of motion in it. I think that's just due to some adjustment. And same with this one, just a little bit. So I probably got to adjust that bolt right there, tighten it up a little bit. But I'm going to go through this bike, and I'm going to take it all apart, and I'm going to the real wobble there. Brakes work. Brake on the back works. So really, that's all you want to do when you initially purchase a used bike. Obviously, you don't want to really pay attention to the tires, because if you're buying an older bike, these tires are dry rotted. They need to be replaced. Chances are, you buy a used bike, it's been sitting for a while, the tires are going to dry out really bad. And as you can see, this one is excruciatingly bad. And that one's even bulging right there. Got a little bulge. So that's it, folks. Stay tuned for later videos. I'm going to be ripping into this bike and going step by step. I'll show you how to clean and service all the bearings. I'll show you how to clean and service the chain and all the chain rings and the cassette, and I'll show you how to clean and service the derailleur, clean and service the brakes, and just basically clean up the whole bike altogether. This bike I won't be going through a complete restoration on, but who knows, there might be a bike that I find down the road that might be worthy of a complete restoration, say like an older Schwinn, or any older bike from the 50s and 60s. If it's all there, it's well worth the time and effort to restore and even resell, because you can make some money off these bikes. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.